Marek, as the CMO of Delipop, obviously you are driving its development. Now, I was always shocked when I heard the figures, which are different in every different country, but they're always shocking, as to the cost of an individual grocery delivery to a regular person's house. You have given me figures that it's 22 euros cost in France. Figures I have for the UK are between 10 and 20 pounds per delivery, when the customers usually only charge between 2 and 5 pounds. So for the grocers, this is always loss making. It's a disaster, both for the profit margin and for the environment, because you have multiple vans, guffing out pollution, costing the earth in its CO2, delivering multiple times to the same street from different companies every single day. It is an absolute nightmare, and it just can't go on. And I'm always horrified by e-commerce delivery that has not got its act together. So tell me, how are you the saviour and solution of our planet in our city centres?
The problem about e-grocery is the biggest, because e-commerce can cope somehow with these packages, and you can leave them outside the door or the security and so on and so on. You cannot do it with e-groceries. So home delivery is extremely inefficient. It's like one courier can deliver 15 orders a day, 12 orders a day, maybe 17, not so much. He has to carry it and wait for the client and so on. So this can never be economically effective or good for the environment. So you need to create hubs with pickup, and then one courier, instead of delivering just 15 orders a day, he can deliver 200 or 300 orders a day if we talk about e-grocery. And if we talk about parcels, it can even be 1,000 parcels a day, which is huge. And it means that we can use 10 times less couriers, 10 times less cars, or even more.
Which is frankly amazing. I mean, we're always looking for true eco standout stories in innovation that aren't, just greenwashing or just some sort of marketing ploy. I have to say, this is one of the best I've come across. I mean, genuinely. And also, am I correct that, you've thought very strongly about the 15-minute walkable city? Could you talk a bit about that?
Actually, one thing, 15-minute walkable city is an amazing concept, and our solutions, Arctan, introducing Delipop, or also Pickup Hero, are amazing for this concept, because actually next to your home, in 5-minute walk, 500 meters max, you can get the whole range of products, e-grocery and e-commerce. And without hubs, you could never get it. And now there is another thing that is connected to a 15-minute city. It's called the green zones. So it's often connected. So cities are creating green zones that you cannot enter with a car, or you can enter with a car just twice a day. So actually this will kill home delivery, because you cannot deliver too much just going twice a day to this area. And hubs like Delipop or Pickup Heroes are great for that. So yeah, this is a perfect solution. Another thing that you just mentioned is the social aspect. So some people think that in the center of Paris or London live only rich people who can afford huge apartments. It's not true. Actually, you have a lot of elderly people or people with not a huge income, and they cannot afford prices in local convenience stores. They would like to buy at a hypermarket, but they don't even have a car to go there. So our solution, creating a hubs with low cost of delivery, make it efficient for the retailers to serve customers with lower prices in the city centers. And this is huge for 70% of the people who live there.
And I'm always a big champion of small independent retail, which is, I think, so important for maintaining the life of our town and city centres. And let's face it, retail needs all the help it can get. So can you talk a bit about how your system is, Delipop in particular, potentially helping small independent retailers?
So actually, being in Paris, we recognized this problem, and we talked to local businesses and local politicians, and we are planning to introduce a solution that not only huge retailers will be able to use Delipop, but also local businesses like stores with fish or butchers or patisseries. They will be able to use Delipops to leave shopping for the clients after working hours. And this seems like a great solution for them as we talked to them so far. So I think this year it could be introduced and we will be testing that. And if you say it's important also in other parts of the world, probably it will be introduced.
So with your trial for the first year of Delipop in Paris, which I understand has been very successful, that was with Carrefour. But I think it's very interesting and important that your plan, and that this is already happening, is to offer the service to multiple different grocers in any one country so that it's a multi-brand click and collect robotic space. Can you talk a bit more about that?
We call it a universal network, so a network open for all the retailers on the market, especially the big players and, as we talked, also the small local businesses. And yes, we started with Carrefour, and in February we are starting with another retailer, and in a couple of months with one or two others. So the network will be expanding not just in number of Delipops, but also in number of players involved in this universal network. And this is, of course, crucial for lowering the costs, because then the costs can be shared between different players, and we can have full capacity use in the machines quicker, and then we can afford to grow the network even faster.